Thank you, President Delaney, Dottie and George Dorian, Dr. Gonzalez and the staff of Student Affairs, Becky Purser, and everyone from Campus Rec. And thank you, Mike, for Han Solo. Yes. Before I begin, I have to echo what former President Brockman said about the relationship between a vision and imagination. That truly has been the collective approach to UNF's recent development. And its success speaks volumes of the quality of President Delaney's leadership and the value added from our student leaders over the course of the last couple of years. It really is a pleasure to have these three presidents celebrate this occasion with us. Now that I'm halfway into my term, I'm seeing just how much individual leaders on campus, student leaders, have the effect on UNF in the long term. Former President Barnes was instrumental in the early planning stages of the Student Wellness Complex. He served 2 terms as SG president, and in that time, no student knew what was going to be standing here behind us. Last year, former President Brockman and the Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Mauricio Gonzalez, began planning for a clubhouse and pool facility on campus. Now, my administration is hard at work to ensure that every aspect of that facility will bring UNF to the very next level. When I think about my own time here on campus, I now realize that UNF isn't the commuter school that it once was. I remember my first day on campus very well. It was the summer of 2009, and the Student Union had just opened its doors. And there are a lot of things that I remember from that year. But the one thing I'd say I have to remember the most was the Osprey Tailgate Classic, a tradition that former President Barnes started in his first year, and it continues still to this day. As that summer and fall progressed, I began to fully grasp how much of a difference students can make here on campus. Or at least I thought I did. Because over the last 2 years in student government, some real monumental things have happened. From the construction of the state-of-the-art ropes course at the 9A entrance, to the first official partnership between students and an NFL franchise across the city, the Jacksonville Jaguars. These unique features on our campus don't happen by mistake. They're a product of thousands of face-to-face interactions between our students, our student leaders, and the men like John Delaney and Dr. Gonzalez. Such an approach is exactly why we have this building to dedicate today. When students effectively communicate ideas for our campus and the university in general, the sky really is the limit. This is why we have large-scale initiatives working on campus today. Greek housing is moving forward. Our athletic department is getting the resources it needs to make our Division I NCAA athletes as successful as possible. And in the spring, UNF will have 2 highly marketable brands in Chick-fil-A and Papa John's. If that's executing a vision that former President Brockman talked about, then the devil really is in the details. Look no further than the beautiful wellness facility behind me. An indoor track, top-tier fitness rooms, hundreds of pieces of brand new equipment, and the Osprey Cliff that is our rock climbing wall. Which, by the way, I may be SG's spider monkey, and if anybody needs a climbing buddy, I'm available. All right. As we dedicate this new building today, our sight remains fixed on the future, on taking the great aspects UNF has and doing all we can to enhance them. Part of that commitment involves using the resources we already have and using them to their maximum effect. Fellow Ospreys, this center is more than just a building. It's a set of opportunities. The opportunity to stay active and healthy. The opportunity to push ourselves farther than we originally thought. The opportunity to once again recognize how lucky we are to spend these years here at UNF together. Such opportunities can be found everywhere on campus, from the intramural fields to the Club Commons and Club Alliance, and to our classrooms. As we celebrate the addition of this facility, let us remember that to whom much is given, much is expected. We owe it to ourselves to make the most of our time here, and we owe it to our predecessors to continue to enhance the Osprey experience for all who follow. Thank you.